Today, we'll use AI to turn a vague study goal into a realistic plan, and then turn that plan into focused study sessions that you can actually follow. Let's set sail. A lot of people ask AI something like, "Make me a study plan for history," and the AI will give them something. And that's not the problem. The problem is that the plan often sounds organized without being actually useful for what you need to learn. You might see things like learn one topic or chapter, or test yourself without notes. Those are not terrible ideas, but they also do not tell you what to do when you sit down to study. So the first rule is simple. Before AI can make a good plan, it needs additional context. Instead of asking for a generic study plan, I want to tell the AI 5 things: what I'm studying, when I need to be ready, what I need to understand, what I'm struggling with, and how much time I actually have. For this example, I'll use a US history topic, women's suffrage and how the movement led to the 19th Amendment. This prompt gives the AI a lot more to work with. It knows the topic, the deadline, the kinds of things I need to understand, and it knows I do not have unlimited time. And all of those things are important, because a study plan that ignores your real schedule is more like just a wish list. It may look nice, but it probably will not survive contact with your actual week. Once the AI gives me a plan, I do not want to treat it like it's the final answer. Instead, I want to treat it like a draft. Some parts might be useful right away, but if I see vague phrases like review notes or study key people, I want to clean that up. This is a small follow-up, but it matters because the first prompt gets you close and the follow-up makes it more usable. And that's a good habit with AI in general. Don't just ask once and hope that the first answer is perfect. Use the first answer as something to improve upon. Now let's take a look at the second day of the study plan, Friday. It suggests we make 5 index card entries on 5 different people. But that leaves a lot of work for future you. You have to decide where to start, how long to spend, what counts as enough, and whether the session actually worked. And that's exactly where AI can help. And now you can see I'm looking at something a lot more concrete. It gives you 3 minutes to write names on the cards and gives you about 2 minutes per person finding and writing one major contribution and one main strategy, and so on. And that's a lot better than just create 5 index cards, because the plan tells you what to do first. And for studying, that can be the difference between being productive and just drifting through the study session. And the very last thing in this study session is a self-check, and that's not just an extra thing to have. It's the part that tells you whether the study session actually did anything. Because if all I do is read notes for 35 minutes, I might feel familiar with the topic, but familiar is not the same as understood, so I want the session to end with recall. Because if you can name 3 suffrage leaders and explain one thing that each of them did, and even explain the difference between their strategies, you've had a successful study session. And even if you are not able to do that, that's still not failure. It's just information that tells you what you need to do for your next study session. One more thing that AI can help with before writing or reviewing is structure. Some school topics feel hard because the information is scattered. You have dates and names, and everything feels bigger than it really is. So you can ask AI to organize the topic into a study structure. And now your topic is better organized. You have a goal, obstacles, important people and groups, key events that lead to the 19th Amendment, and why it mattered, the impact. And this gives you a bit of a map when you're studying. There's one important thing to remember. Do not let AI become your source of truth. If this is for school, your class notes, textbook, readings, or other teacher-provided materials still matter. So use AI to organize and simplify, and then compare it back to the material that you actually need to learn. Using AI to help you create a study plan is actually pretty simple. You start with a real study goal, then give AI the deadline, the topic, your weak areas, and your actual time limits. And treat the first plan as a draft. Then turn each day into clear study sessions with specific steps that you can follow. Then end each day with a self-check. And then you can use the results of that self-check to adjust what you study next. Overall, you should find that this is a much better use of AI than just asking it, "Help me study," and hoping for the best. The goal is to make the next step clear enough that you can actually start studying. Until our next voyage, I wish you smooth sailing.